What is up, everybody? Welcome into another episode here on Wide Eye Sports. We got a new background. We got a new look going. We got a new member joining us, Easy Steve. Steve, tell everybody a little bit about yourself real quick.
Go Chiefs.
That's all you need to know about him, actually. That's actually a really good. Steve's joined us before a couple of times on the show, but nothing too serious. But from here on out, he's pretty much going to be a permanent member of the show unless schedule conflicts provide otherwise. So welcome to the show. Before we get started here, Super Bowl preview. We're a few days away from the big game. I just want to ask everybody to like, subscribe, all the good stuff. We really appreciate it. With that out of the way, let's talk Super Bowl. Super Bowl is this Sunday, February 8th on NBC and Peacock. 3:30 kickoff, 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific, where I'm at. You guys are all Central time, so 5:30 Central. How do you guys feel about the game? For initial vibes and thoughts on the game, are you guys excited? Kind of bummed? How you feeling? Steve, you want to go first?
Yeah, dude, I'm stoked. It's kind of weird, as dominant as the Chiefs have been over the last several seasons. It's kind of weird not really having anybody to root for. I told myself and everybody in my life, anybody but Denver. Anybody but Denver.
But now we're stuck with the Patriots. Come on.
But yeah, dude, that's like I didn't want it to be New England, but if it had to be either or, like I'm really happy it was the former. So I don't know, man. I'm glad that it's not Denver, and I will be rooting for Seattle. So
Riley, how you feeling?
So I am very interested to see how this game goes. I think this is the first time in recent memory where, there aren't two powerhouses playing in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last, 5-6 years, it's been the Dynasty and the Chiefs, and then the powerhouse Eagles, powerhouse Niners. Both of these teams, I think, were a surprise coming into the season. If you would have said the Super Bowl was Patriots Seahawks, I don't think anyone would have believed that. So
I wouldn't have.
I am very interested to see how this actually unfolds.
Spoon, thoughts?
I mean, I feel like we've seen this Super Bowl before, which we have.
We literally have. About a decade ago.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously we have some different players in here. I'm cheering for the Seahawks. That's who I want to see win. I'm over watching the Patriots win Super Bowls. I've been seeing it my whole life. I've seen the Seahawks win one, so screw it. They can have another one, and I think it'd be really cool for Sam Darnold and that. I really like the Seahawks defense, so I would like to see them get one here.
So. Yeah. Elephant in the room, obviously, as you can see behind me. Full transparency, I would love to see Sam Darnold win Super Bowl MVP, throw for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. Like, that's what I'm actively rooting for. I have no ill will towards Sam. He got offered a contract by both teams, and he said, I don't want to have to battle for the starting job. If I go to Seattle, I'll be the unquestioned starter with, if I have a bad game, the whole fan base won't be clamoring for the backup to start the next week. So I'm going to go to Seattle and I'm going to play there. And it worked out for him. He bet on himself, and I love that for him. I have zero ill will. I hope he absolutely runs New England into the ground, and I'll give you my pick at the end of the show. So with that being said, let's talk betting lines for a minute. Spoon, I think last time I saw they were at -4.5 Hawks, and it's been that way all week. There's been no movement on the line, or I haven't seen any. Have you?
I haven't really seen much. I think I saw like a 4, but I mean that's basically.
Didn't it come out at 3.5 and then
I thought
to 4.5?
Yeah,
did it?
Yeah, it jumped.
Okay, I've only seen 4.5.
Yeah, I'm already in on 3.5 whenever it was released.
Okay, well, I love 3.5
because I figured it was going to go up.
Yeah, I love 3.5. I'm assuming you took 3.5 Hawks then.
Yeah, 3.5 Hawks.
Yeah, I love that. I will say, if you look at the analytics and the betting lines and Vegas not moving their lines and how that's playing out, it does bode for a low-scoring, tight game. Man, it baffles me that, Vegas is very rarely wrong whenever they pick games like this. And if they're saying a low-scoring, tight game, odds are it's going to be a low-scoring, tight game. But when you look at these two teams on paper, I mean, one of them is a paper champion and the other one's a true heavyweight. I mean, I just think the Hawks are going to absolutely dominate this game. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me that they wouldn't.
Especially with these last couple games Drake May has had with all the turnovers.
Not looking great.
Yeah.
In the regular season was the opposite of that, right? Like the Seahawks -3 turnover differential on the season because of Darnold, and there was the 4 interception Rams game, the Vikings game he didn't play well. Like he's had really bad games, and up until the NFC Championship game, I would argue that Sam Darnold was not the driving force that led this team to victory. With the NFC Championship game, he definitely stepped up and played the best game, in my opinion, of his career so far anyways. He had a 140 passer rating and a half to have it to go to the Super Bowl game against what I thought was the best team in the NFL. So full props to Sam. He's playing awesome. Then you look at the other side of the coin, and we got Drake May and the Patriots. And Drake May is probably going to finish in either first or second place in MVP voting this year. I just think that's a lot to do with the schedule. It's all over the place. Drake, the schedule May. Like, it's everywhere. You can't really escape it. Steve, I don't know if you can pull up or Spoon or whoever wants to pull up the list of the quarterbacks he's faced. 11 of the, 11 teams he faced this season ended up firing their head coaches. So it's just been a real easy ride of a schedule. I say that with like, it doesn't feel right because it's the NFL. These are still NFL teams. It's not like he's out there playing North Carolina State every week, right? They're still NFL teams with NFL players, and I don't know. But the teams they were playing were not very good NFL teams. Is everybody kind of in agreement on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's look at this. They lost to Geno.
Yeah.
Geno Smith and the Raiders.
Then they beat Tua.
Hold on. To be fair, real quick before we keep going, week one's weird. Week one's weird every year.
Always
all
is.
The time. Week one's weird.
It's
But continue.
weird.
Continue.
Okay. They got week 2 Tua.
Not very good.
We got Aaron Rodgers. We got a blowout over Bryce Young and the Panthers.
Meh.
We've got the Patriots win over Buffalo, which
division game. Division game.
Still
like, a good win.
We're not going to disagree that Buffalo's not formidable.
No.
Yeah,
Buffalo
no
is
what.
formidable. I've talked to the guys about it several times. I don't put as much stock in division wins and losses as most people do.
Okay, and then we've got, what do we got? Was that October 12th? Was that the Tyler Shug Saints? Or is that the Spencer Rattler Saints?
I can find out real quick. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds here. It was the Spencer Rattler Saints.
It was the Rat Show.
The Rat Show.
And then we've got Cam Ward's Titans.
Yep. Is this was Dylan Gabriel Browns.
And we've got Dylan Gabriel Browns.
Right? Dylan Gabriel Browns.
Dude. Falcons, they barely beat the Falcons. They beat the Buccaneers out, but the Buccaneers were at this point absolutely nosediving.
I was like, they were decimated.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me pull up that box score real quick. Give me 2 seconds here. In that box score, the leading receiver that day for the Bucks was Emeka Ibuka did play that game, but K. Dotton was the second target. And after that, that was it. Like, there was nobody else. It was Ibuka, who did have 6 catches for 115 yards and a tud. After that, though, it was K. Dotton, Tez Johnson, Payne Durham, Sean Tucker. Rashad White played, but he split carries with Sean Tucker, so that says anything. Like, this was not a great team. And Drake May didn't have a great game. Like, he was almost 50% passing. He did have 270 yards. But he only had an 89.4 passer rating, which isn't exactly out of this world.
Yeah.
So
let's see. And then who do we got the Jets here? We still got the Justin Field Jets.
Did you see Justin timeout? Did you see Justin Fields decline to be in the Pro Bowl?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I didn't see that.
I didn't see that.
Deep down, he knew he didn't deserve it.
Wild. For real.
Joe
But then
Flacco
we get
deserved- Are you
the
telling me Joe Flacco didn't deserve to go to the Pro Bowl this year, guy?
yeah, I am.
Okay.
Shadur Sanders.
Then we have the Joe Flacco Bengals.
Flacco Bengals.
Joe Flacco Bengals, which is crazy that he played Bengals and Browns.
Did this not? Did Tyler? I thought Tyler Huntley played this game.
No, I'm looking at the box score.
He did. He
He
did.
did?
He did. Yep. Yeah.
The Bengals game?
No. I'm sorry. I was looking at the next game.
Oh, okay.
Ravens.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. No, I was looking at And then yeah.
Yeah, the
I mean, you
Huntley
got-
game.
Let's see.
And
here.
you skipped over the Scattaboo-less Giants.
Oh shoot! I did.
Scattaboo-less Giants, so no Scattaboo
Uh-huh.
there.
And then you got the
Um,
Bills comeback game.
Yeah, Bills comeback game, which is an
Yeah.
L. The Jets again, which doesn't matter whose quarterback is the Jets. And then the Dolphins in give up mode, like they were
Hold on.
cooked.
Hold on,
What?
Runner up without looking. Did you look?
Okay. What?
Actually, I'll ask Kuna. Are you looking?
At the schedule?
Are you looking at what Brenner and I are just looking at?
I mean, I'm looking at the schedule right now.
Were you looking at box scores?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not looking at the box score. For any of them.
$100 if you can tell me who started for the Jets that game.
Oh,
wow.
shit.
I'm not looking here.
Oh.
Hands up. Not
Do you
looking.
know who it is, Brenner?
No, I'm gonna guess here. I'm gonna
Yeah,
guess.
I want
One guess. Everybody gets one guess.
I don't know. Tyrod Taylor.
Nope.
Oh man, that's who I was.
Jets starting quarterback.
Took my
week-
guess.
Yeah,
Week
that's really,
17.
and I was
I-
confident in that
'cause
too.
I-
I was like,
yeah.
oh, it's-
I thought it was Tyrod Taylor that was backing up Justin Fields.
It's making me think it's not Tommy DeVito because he plays for New England now, but that's who I'm thinking, and I'm gonna say, just tell me. I don't have a
Yeah.
guess.
It's Brady Cook.
Oh my god, I wouldn't have got it.
Yeah,
No, I'm like, I read that and I said, who?
Would not have got that.
Brady Cook. Brady Cook. Wow.
Okay.
That's great.
So then, moving on, you've got the Quinn Ewers Dolphins,
Yeah.
right?
And
Quinn
get
Ewers
just tank
Dolphins.
mode.
Yeah. We've got
And then you
the-
have the Chargers,
And
who
then-
have the
yeah.
worst two lines in the worst D line pass rush and worst O line pass and run blocking in the entire
the
league.
greatest team that never was.
The Mr. If,
Missed the if man. Let's see
the
if we
If
can do it again
man,
next
the If
year.
man himself. Houston, which Steve, you weren't on the show at the time, but I said 1,000 times on the show, Houston can beat absolutely anybody in the world if CJ Stroud doesn't have multiple turnovers in the game. And this score was 28-16, but for the majority of this game, it was a one-score game, and CJ Stroud just kept giving the ball back.
Didn't
Like,
turn
it
over
was-
5 times.
Yeah, he had
Oh,
5 turnovers in
There
this
was
game.
8. Wasn't there like 8 or 9 turnovers total though? Like Drake made it.
There was 8. There was 8 turnovers total. Yeah, no, this Houston defense literally may be the best defense to never win a Super Bowl. Like they may go down in the history as the best defense to never win a Super Bowl. Because I mean, they're so good. They had 5 turnovers, the Patriots did, and they lost by 1 score. Well, technically 2, but it was a late score, and it was because they got the ball inside their own territory 4 times. Like it was just almost impossible. So that game makes me so mad because the Houston Texans deserve to win that game.
There's a world where Houston's in this Super Bowl right now.
Oh, if they go into
I mean, we're
Denver
talking ifs.
against Jared Stidham, Jared Stidham when I went
Stidhams.
9 for 35 with 17 yards and 3 interceptions and 4 fumbles. Like he
Yeah,
would have been
look
in
out,
hell.
dude. Look out, dude. If CJ Stroud can get his head out of his ass,
Dude, I don't think it's
They could be-
possible. I don't think it's
They
possible.
might
All you had
be
to do
good.
is not turn the ball over 3 times and you win that game. They turned it over
Bro.
5.
that
Did you guys see his
post-game,
comment after that game?
Brenner, are you
Yeah.
saying CJ Stroud's a lost cause? Are you giving up on him?
I don't think I can give up on him yet
No.
but I'm not
because
paying him a fucking dime.
but hold on. Going into next season, I mean, I'm not looking for a new quarterback next year. Unless Joe Burrow's available, in which case I'm sending every single pick I have for Joe Burrow. Like I'm sending an entire draft plus CJ Stroud to Cincinnati.
But okay, so I keep hearing about this. Is Cincy?
No, they have reportedly not had any. It goes back to the Joe Burrow saying he wasn't happy quote in like mid-December.
Depressed.
Yeah, he was depressed. He wasn't happy anymore. It goes back to that. And to be clear, if the Vikings have if Joe Burrow's on the table, I expect a king's ransom to be sent to Cincinnati for Joe Burrow from the Vikings. Like that is a situation where if that caliber of quarterback is available, you do whatever you have to do to get that guy in your building.
I just want to say that Brenner showed me the email he sent to the Vikings front office.
Have sent multiple times.
I didn't hear about this.
You sent an email?
Yeah,
he
dude.
Sent an email to the Vikings front office.
Multiple times.
He sent it to me. Okay. I mean, and he's addressing every major. Like, boom, this is what we do here.
Would you like me to read it? I can read it to you guys.
I mean, he was like, "This is."
Would you? Yes or no? I need an answer.
Yes.
Okay. So
this is our 5-year plan. It just goes.
It's more like a 3-year plan, but yeah.
Where is the?
Where is it? How did you get the email to send it to?
It's available.
Yeah, it's a bit. Why is it not in my sent messages? Is what I'm wanting to know. Oh, there it is.
Drafted.
So it was addressed to Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, which no longer obviously is there. Dear Minnesota Vikings organization, I hope you're doing well. I'm writing respectfully to ask that the message below be forwarded to General Manager Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah as soon as possible. I understand the volume of inquiries your organization receives, and I appreciate your assistance. My only goal is to support continued success of the Minnesota Vikings in any way I can. To General Manager Adolfo-Mensah, thank you for taking the time to read this. As a lifelong fan of this franchise, I deeply care about its direction and long-term success. The Vikings mean more to me than I can express in one email, and all I want, no matter the cost or difficulty, is to see this team consistently compete at the highest level. With that spirit in mind, I hope you'll consider the following roster and cap strategy, which I believe could create a transformative opportunity for this organization. Strategic trade and asset proposal. Trade package framework. So this is just one of the trade packages. I don't love this one. So if it's necessary, like the only way you're getting it done is Justin Jefferson has to leave the building, I would consider it. But I would like to not. I think it would be, this says Justin Jefferson, but in a perfect world, JJ McCarthy, Brian O'Neill, a first-round pick and a third-round pick this year, a second-round pick next year, and then in 28, a first-round pick plus a day 3 pick. Rounds 4 through 7, take your pick, don't care. While Joe Burrow's injury history is notable, the potential for long-term upside of acquiring an elite quarterback paired with the right roster construction could redefine this team's competitive window. The cap and roster optimization concept, restructure Justin Jefferson, make some money right now, acquire Burrow via trade, sign a high-level right tackle in free agency, release Ryan Kelly, which would save us about, I actually have that number here, $9 million in cap space, hold an open competition between the two backups on the team for the starting center position, just trade TJ Hawkinson for anything you can get. Just trade him. Don't care.
Just a bag of chips.
Yep. Release Jonathan Allen and extend Andrew Van Ginkel to create further cap relief. Projected offensive line would be Darius Jackson, Brandon or Juergens, whoever gets it, Fries, and then a free agent at right tackle. Draft projections would be in the earlier rounds, prioritize offensive defensive lines and a star running back or a high pick running back. Later rounds focus heavily on cornerback depth, try to get 2 or 3 guys. We have 10 overall picks, so there's 4 needs and 10 picks. Feel like that's very doable. With Coach Flores leading a top 10 defense and an offense built around Burrow, Jefferson, Addison, a young running back, Mason, Josh Oliver, and a strengthened line, this roster could achieve sustained success. and contention. I understand how serious and complex decisions like this are. My only intention is to share a vision driven by deep respect for the organization and a genuine desire to see the Vikings rise to the highest level of success. Thank you for your time and all you do for this franchise. Respectfully, Brenner Mills. And I've sent that exact email multiple times.
Kwesi saw the vision, took it to the executives, and got fired.
They fired him.
Yeah, now you're going to have to send that to the next GM.
Yeah, let the next GM know.
I'm going to send it again.
The Bengals laid their bed. They've made it. They can sleep in it. Okay? Yeah. That's how I feel about it all, bro. They're dumb because they let Jamar Chase.
They're dumb.
They are. They're dumb because they let Jamar Chase and T. Higgins bully that front office into getting them both a contract.
Ridiculous.
And they've got
same thing George Pickens is about to do to Dallas.
They've got too much money invested into this offense now to let somebody like Joe Burrow go for any reason, unless he says, I refuse to play for this franchise.
Yeah, no.
I don't think he will never.
I don't think he's going anywhere. This is a hypothetical. Let's get back on track here, though. Let's get back to the Super Bowl, guys. Let's get back to the Super Bowl. Seattle and New England. Let's kind of talk about how they got there. Pardon me. The Seattle Seahawks, obviously, go get Sam Darnold, draft Zay Gray. Pardon me. Have a good draft overall. And I really didn't believe in this Seahawks team coming into the season. Full transparency. I saw them as a 6-win football team. I didn't see them as having a good chance. The defense was good last year, but they regressed towards the end of last season, so I thought that regression would continue. And then you put Sam Darnold, who was fresh off being the worst quarterback in the last 2 games of last season possible. I thought that all of that together with Gary Kubiak, who'd had a little bit of success, but had kind of flustered out in offensive coordinator roles before, I didn't believe in this Seahawks team. And to be completely honest, a lot of the people around here in Seattle didn't have Super Bowl aspirations. There were not a lot of people that had Super Bowl aspirations. And a lot of people were more hyped about the Alabama quarterback 3rd round pick than they were about Sam Darnold. They're like, oh my God, this kid in the 3rd round, he could be the starter by week 4 or 5, and he could be our guy. And the big hype storylines in training camp were the offensive packages with him in them. That's what they were talking about. They were not talking about this offense and Jackson Smith and Jigba and the defense and all those things. So it's truly a complete surprise of a team in the Super Bowl. I can't believe that we're seeing it, and I love that for Sam Darnold. Any other thoughts? Anybody want to share?
I was just going to say, people are kind of surprised, but there was an article that came out, or something, and there was it was one of those anonymous front office executives got together, whatever.
Yeah, they're always anonymous.
Anonymous. Well, they came out and said in week 8 or 9, and they were they said something had come out and said Seattle was a dark horse team just with everything everything that was lining up for them. So anyway, I just thought that was kind of cool.
What is Sam Darnold's contract like? How long is he going to be in Seattle?
3 years, but it's actually they could get out from underneath of it this year. It was a 3-year deal, but on a 1-year structure type situation.
Yeah.
And so, I think personally, if he goes out and wins the Super Bowl, they got to give him a new contract.
Extend him.
You got to pay him more. You can't. There's no way he's going to be okay with making. Let's see here. I'm going to go to Spotrac real quick, so it's going to take me just a second to load that up. Because the Seahawks have a lot of money next year. They have the 5th most cap in the league next year, and there's no way. They have so many guys they have to pay. First of all, they have a lot of people they have to pay. But Sam specifically is their most expensive player right now at $36 million on the books next season. So next year he's due to make $36 million on the cap. And then there's a potential out the year after that. And then in 2027, he's due to make $41 million against the cap. So that doesn't even put him near, like anywhere near. I'm going to pull up the quarterback rankings real quick. That puts him at 36, puts him at 13th in the league. Now, his representation is going to go walk in if they win the Super Bowl, is going to walk in the Seahawks front office and be like, listen, Justin Herbert, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Tua, Jared Goff, Deshaun Watson, all making way more than my $10 to $20 million more than my client a year. He needs to be compensated more. He just helped you win a Super Bowl. He was a key piece in helping you win a Super Bowl. Because of the NFC Championship game, they can say that. Like, he was a key piece in the Super Bowl run. And so I don't see a world where he's playing for less than $50 million next year, because Baker's 9th at 51 and Kyler's 8th at 52. Tua's up at 56 at 7. And that's kind of where it stops, right? Like, if you want to take a discount, you're playing for $50 million a year. It's kind of what I see. And the fact that they have, let me pull it up here. They are 5th in the league in cap, and they currently have $75 million in cap space. It's kind of hard for them to be like, well, we don't have the money we can't, like, it just, I think he'll be due for an extension if they win the game. If they lose, different story.
I think it depends on how he looks. If he gets a Super Bowl MVP, yeah. I don't think you sign him long term, but
I mean, I can't, because of how he played in the NFC Championship game. Keep in mind, biggest game of your life, and you have Matthew Stafford on the other sideline, and you go 25 for 36 for 346 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, he went absolutely crazy.
Like, that's I can't.
Which is wild, thinking that's the exact same player that in his last 2 games as a Viking absolutely shit the bed.
Well, I would like to say,
it makes me hesitant to pay him big money, because we have seen he has a long track record of not getting the Super Bowls.
Yeah, but it's the way the Vikings used him at the end of last season is a big reason why he struggled. They said, hey, go be Josh Allen, instead of, hey, go be Sam Darnold, right? They had him throwing the ball. Like, I don't think, if I remember correctly, I will verify this in about 2 seconds as soon as this page loads. But the Seahawks have not had him throw 40 times this season, maybe once or twice. Yeah, one time. One time they have had him throw 40 times. The Vikings 2 seasons ago, let's pull that up here.
It was something crazy. I remember.
Yeah, with the so he's thrown the ball 40 times once this season, 44 times in the 21-19 loss to the Rams. The Vikings 2 seasons ago with the Vikings, they had him throw it. This is 2025. I want 2024. Please. There we go. So pulling up. So they had him in the month of December alone. He threw it 40 times, 4 out of the 5 games to end the season, which were those rough games against Detroit and LA. So you can't ask him to go out there and throw the ball 40 times a game and win you the game. That's not how you're going to win. You need to keep it controlled, keep it in structure, and let him make the occasional big play, but lean on the offense as a whole. Lean on Jackson Smith and Jigba's ability to create space around himself. Lean on the run game. Lean on the line. Those are things you have to do. And so that brings me to my next point is, how do the Seahawks win this game? Personally, I believe if we're talking about the Seahawks as Super Bowl champions, the defense, they hold them to 18 points or less. They control the clock the entire game, the Hawks do, and they run the football really efficiently. They may not run the ball a ton. Kenneth Walker may only have 13 carries, but he'll have 113 yards and 2 touchdowns. Running the ball efficiently, playing their brand of defense, and controlling the clock, I feel like the Seahawks run away with this game.
Their brand of defense is crazy because they rank 3rd in the league in pressure, but they're 26th in blitz.
Yeah, they're a lot like Houston. Line it up, run the ones.
Yeah.
And then we can look at the Patriots side of things here. We've talked a little bit about the schedule thing. Not going to harp on that too much more. There's one big piece to the Patriots making the Super Bowl that nobody's talking about. What has been the absolute thorn in the side of the AFC over the past 8 years?
Mahomes.
No Mahomes in the playoffs. Didn't have to go through Mahomes. That's a big, in my opinion, that's a big thing. That makes it a lot easier to get to the Super Bowl when you don't have to play against that guy, because when that guy's in the dance, not many other people make it to the Super Bowl. I don't think I'm all that crazy for saying that one.
Okay. I was just asking why you're bringing him up.
I mean, the fact that he's not in the playoffs.
Yeah, this is one of those. This is a thing where I believe that any former Patrick Mahomes led team from any year that made the playoffs, so that's every year but this year, I think they would have ran through these playoffs. I think the only
100%.
team that could have given them trouble would be, as far as AFC goes, would have been Houston. And but if CJ Stroud played like that, Patrick Mahomes would have just
exactly.
Patrick Mahomes would have been giving him that dap at the end that says, "Hey, young blood, you just keep your head up. Quit taking them."
CJ Stroud, figure it out, my guy.
Yeah.
I will say that the New England defense is playing really well, and they are keeping things tight, but they haven't played. Here's my thing for New England. I guess I'm going to restart this a little bit. It's not a crazy storyline to think that in a week from today we're talking and we're like, man, the Patriots just got pressure on Darnold, and it was just they just got pressure on him and he just collapsed, and the Patriots won the game 22-18. Like, that's not a crazy proposition. I hope it doesn't happen, and I think Darnold can handle it, but that's kind of what we've been talking about all postseason with the Patriots. Is the Patriots just kind of, their defense plays against a really bad offense, and this Seahawks offense is really good. Don't get me wrong, but at times so was the Houston offense. At times so was the Chargers offense, and then they just fell apart against New England. So, I'm going to ask you guys this: is there a greater than 25% chance that the Seattle offense falls apart against this New England defense?
I would say it's right around there, but I think their Super Bowl performance has more to do with Drake May than their defense. If he's
I don't
been
think this
playing like
Patriots
he
team
has,
is going to score more than 20.
If he's been playing like he has these last couple playoff games, I don't think
Absolutely
there's a chance
not.
they win. I think if he has a turnover, that's going to be close.
Well, but you got to think about it this way. I would have said if you showed me Drake May's stat line, if I showed you this stat line from Drake May, the following stat line: 20 for 47, 212 yards, 1 touchdown, wrong stat line. 16 for 27, 179 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 4 fumbles. So 5 turnovers. Would you have told me they win that game?
Yes, but they're not playing
That was the Texans game.
Yeah, they're not playing the Texans where CJ. I don't think Sam Darnold's going to turn the ball over 5 times.
But he's done it already this season. He did it against the Rams earlier this season. He has like 8 turnovers against the Rams this season.
You just said you don't put that much stock into division games.
In division wins and losses, not how players play in those games, not how individuals perform.
This is Brenner.
No. But hold on. Here, is it unreasonable to believe that Sam Darnold has a bad game on Sunday? A really bad game. A Detroit last year, an LA Rams this year, a fall apart game. Is that off the table?
No, I think he definitely could.
You think it's off the table? You don't think there's a world in which a top 5 defense could force him to have a bad game because the top 5 defense is a paper champion?
Nothing is ever off the table, but I'd say
Well,
it's
no,
less
but
than
I
a
mean
10%
reasonably off the
chance,
table.
You know what I like? I don't see it happen.
Okay. I'm trying to argue. I felt like we spent a lot of the show dogging on the Patriots and just proclaiming Seahawks Super Bowl champions. So I'm trying to talk about it from the other side a little bit.
Yeah.
I could definitely see a world in which this Patriots defense gets home, gets pressure. Sam Darnold has a, 25 for 43 for 217 yards and 1 touchdown and 3 interception game. Like, that's totally on the table for me. There's a 75-25 chance that happens, right? And if that's the case, that the Patriots have shown they can win the game that way.
Yeah.
Like, if that's the case, Patriots can win this game. And it would just be with the way Vegas is expecting this game to go, a tight, low-scoring game that does not say to me Sam Darnold's going to have this huge breakout 354 touchdown game, right? As much as I would like for that to happen, and trust me, I would. That would be awesome. I'd be the first person in line to get the autograph. I love it, but it's just one of those things. It's Steve. I'm not a vibes person, but there's a vibe around Sam Darnold where you can see that happening. Am I right? Like
you feel that vibe because you've been torn apart by him.
Because I've been hurt.
You are trying to make it to where other people can feel your same pain, but
I don't want that. To be clear, I don't want that for anybody. I don't want that. I don't want to come off as though we're just proclaiming the Seahawks Super Bowl champions, because I'm not doing that here.
I don't know. It's really easy for us to say because I feel like Seattle has looked really good, and I'm not saying that New England hasn't looked good in spots, because they absolutely have. All we're trying to say is that, New England came up big when they were playing teams that were seemingly insignificant. Seattle came up big no matter who they were playing.
I guess my point was that for each of the Patriots win, there's an asterisk, right? CJ Stroud 5 turnover game, the O-line for the Chargers, the missing quarterback from the Broncos. And if the Patriots are going to win this game, I feel like there's going to be an asterisk of it was Sam Darnold.
I don't think that happens, and I think if Drake May played better and they had won more convincingly, there wouldn't be asterisks next to those games they played.
Yeah, no, I agree completely, but there is, and I don't like Drake May is a great young quarterback in the league.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't believe Drake May is a top 5 quarterback in the league yet. I'm not willing to put him in that conversation yet, right? I am not there at all. I put him on a similar level as I put Dak Prescott, as a similar level I put prime Kirk Cousins, right? Like, most quarterbacks with these performances and doing what he has been asked to do can do those things. There's 20 quarterbacks in the world that can win with this Patriots team playing this way right now in these playoff games. So he's not playing at some elite level, and he did over the course of a season. But we've talked about the regular season. That's a different story. He was playing just absolute wash competition. So, I don't know.
And Drake May's going to have his best playoff game to win the Super Bowl.
I think he's going to have his best game, period. And not to say Drake May can't be good in a big game against a good team, but because, like, when you look at the side-by-side, the light competition between, like, him and Stafford, right? They have very similar stats against the bad teams. So they're like, well, he's just as good as Stafford was against the bad teams. Well, that's great. How does he perform against the good teams? What does he do when he actually gets punched in the mouth? I don't care if you can put up 50 on the Jets. I care if you can go into a Seattle, if you can go into an LA and win the game there. I care about that. And Drake May he did go into Buffalo, which was great, but I don't think Buffalo's a top 5 team. I think they have a top 3 player who carries the team. So I don't know.
They weren't that good of a team this year at all.
I agree. And I'm not sold on Drake May being that guy. So I think we're in for a Drake May performance because I think he's going to have 212 yards, 2 touchdowns, and up to 2 interceptions and a fumble. Like, I think that's a reasonable line for Drake May. So we'll see. We'll see. Anything you guys want to add on the Patriots or the Seahawks before we close on this? No, nothing. All right. So before we give our picks, like and subscribe. Like I said before earlier in the video, if you made it this far, we really appreciate you. Secondly, everybody give their picks right now. Super Bowl champion 1 week from today. Steve, who you got?
I've got, let's go Seattle 34, New England 21.
Ooh, that's an over game. I don't have a score, but I have Seahawks winning. Probably by like a touchdown.
Riley?
Yeah, I would take Seahawks by a touchdown.
I'm taking Seahawks 24. No, I'm going to say Seahawks 21 to 18.
Well,
Close
so
game.
you think the
Seahawks
under's
21 to 18. That's my prediction.
Watch it be like 40 to 38.
That would be awesome. For everybody involved would love that.
I would love that.
All right, make sure to check out the channel. We're gonna have Vikings, Chiefs, Bears, Cowboy stuff coming out soon. So check out the channel. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Give me that sweet fucking nicotine.